What did we find on them?
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our 5th edition Tuesday night campaign in here, the Hoard of the Dragon Queen. Our brave adventurers have made it halfway through the village, trying to make it to the center keep. So, guys, you just finished off those last bit of guys. You found a few weapons, some daggers, some short swords, a few silver pieces, and a couple copper pieces. Nothing really of value. And so now you can head out again. You gathered up the Swift family, still kind of shaken. All this fighting going on. They're not really warriors. He's a farmer. He mentions he's just a farmer. His wife had a father who was in the military for a while, so she kind of learned how to use spears, but she's not really proficient in weaponry either. They're
Hmm.
basically just hunkering down behind you guys, hoping that you can get them safely to the keep. So, do you want to continue down the road then?
Yep. Or at least
Sure.
that's my plan.
That's your plan, all right? Everybody's okay with that? We're gonna just continue down the road. So you're kind of weaving your way
I'm
along the
assuming
buildings here,
Shake,
kind of
you're still
trying to.
scouting ahead. Shake, are you still scouting ahead?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So kind of weave your way through the buildings, trying to stay in the dark of the
Hmm.
shadows, and you make it up to this corner-ish. I'll say kind of down in this location right here, because it's kind of darker. And at that point, we've got a story to tell you. Dun dun dun.
I like stories.
So you made about another 100 feet in. You're approximately 100 to 120 feet from the entrance to the keep. And standing between you and the keep is a horde of enemies. A good half dozen or more kobolds, some of which are flying, and a dragon fiend and its pet. They stay in the shadows and outside the firing range of the archers that move about the top of the 50-foot tall stone wall. They seem to be scouting the area for anyone trying to enter the keep. They're waiting. They're hunting. Just off to the distance, you see a set of wooden doors that would allow entrance into the keep. If somehow you could find a way past these enemies, you are sure that the keep doors would open. Surely they would, wouldn't they?
Hmm.
So, kind of just in this general area here is that horde of enemies.
Hmm.
And they're kind of just hunkered down. They're moving around, looking in the shadows and the darkness. You guys are kind of hunkered down right here. And in fact, I am going to even load a new map for you. Nope, I won't. That's fine. Um, so here's what I want you to do. Each one of you are going to roll a new initiative. And you're basically going to come up with a creative way to use one of your skills to get by these horde of enemies. If you have a certain number of successes, you are successfully able to get by the enemies. If you are unsuccessful, you will have to fight them.
Hmm.
So you can use any skill that you want as long as you can tell me exactly how that skill is going to help you um, with trying to get by these enemies. So, for example, you could use stealth because you're trying to stealthily find a trail that would lead you guys between them as they're walking their patrols. You could use a wisdom survival check to kind of time how they're moving through the wilderness to try and figure out a path that might go through. Intelligence check. So, however, you guys, this is your time as role players to show everyone out there and your fellow players exactly what you can do with your character to find a way to get past these enemies. So, who ended up rolling highest? Adrian.
Yay, I get to go first.
You get to decide what goes first.
Okay, well, since I am a very athletic person, I'm going to actually try to lure some of these guys away so the rest of the party can sneak by them.
All right,
So I
and
am
then
going
you're gonna,
to literally
and then,
put myself out there and then run like hell.
and
then
then
hopefully
just
lose
use
them.
your athletics to get up there before they can chase you down. I got you.
Exactly.
Perfect. All right, so give me a athletics check there. Oh my
Oh.
god.
Crap.
We have one failure already.
Well,
Brahm, it is your turn to shine. What can you do to help the party get by this group of enemies?
Let's see.
So if you look at your skill tab, things that you're trained in are athletics, intimidation, perception, and survival.
Hey, as I go running by with these guys hot on my heels, try to intimidate them. Jump out of the shadows and go, ah!
So
go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I was just going to say, so you can use any skill you want. It's just based upon you see now that Adran had started running out there to try and distract them, and now he's kind of being surrounded and trying to run away from them, and he's kind of now thrown the torch out there, sort of say, to see, okay, now what can we do to help not only yourselves now, but actually help Adran get out of this sticky situation.
I will use perception to see how much attention they're paying to Adran, and if I can get around when they are really paying very good attention to Adran.
Okay, so you're going to use perception then. Go ahead and give us a nice high result.
Yay.
All right. So you're kind of watching how they're interacting with Adran, and you're kind of watching how they're doing things, and following him and trying to track him down and stuff. So you're kind of leading the other group in the other direction and watching for enemies coming your way. So that is a success then.
Sweet.
Next is going to be Shake.
Yep. I'd like to use. I'd like to disable their leader, and do so by using a mix of stealth and acrobatics to get in position and disable him with a sneak attack or by stunning him or something.
All right, so your acrobatics and your stealth are both +5. So give me a nice high result there. You can roll either one because they're both +5. So
Ooh.
excellent. So they're trying to track down Adran there in the dark, in the shadows, and at that point, you guys are kind of following Bram as he's leading you through the different patches of dirt and ground and trying to get you close enough where Shake can leap up out of the bushes and grab one of their leaders and take him in the bushes and stab him to death really quickly. All right, another success. Last but not least, we have Art. Unfortunately, folks, Art's microphone is kind of on the fritz, so he's going to have to type in what he's going to be doing here. So we'll have to interpret what he's got planned, and hopefully he's able to give us a good results here. All right, so Art's he is a bard character, so he's going to play his flute incredibly loud, kind of distracting them, almost echoing the music off the side of the keep, making it sound like the party's in a different location. That's what you had in mind, right? Yep. All right, give us a nice high performance then. Fortunately, all of those hours and months of training and practicing and studying your music actually makes it just high enough to give it another success. So you guys are able to weave your way through the enemies. In fact, as you're weaving your way through the enemies, you're actually able to stab one of them and kill him outright. Kind of hide his body in a bunch of bushes there. And finally, Adran and you guys re-meet up, and you're just using your athletics to get up the last 50 feet or so. And as you're running up the end, you hear some of the guards up at the top of the tower yelling, "Open the gate! Open the gate! We have some more coming! We have some more coming!" So you hear the big wheels start churning behind the doors, and the doors start to slowly come open. At that point, some of the creatures almost start running up the hill after you, coming up, trying to get up there to you. The archers, you hear them shooting volleys at these enemies. You hear a couple of them dropping. Fortunately for you guys, because of your skills and your abilities, you're able to get into the keep, where once you get inside the keep, again, the people down below, "Pikemen at the ready, shut the door! Pikemen at the ready, shut the door!" And the door starts to spin, the wheels behind the door start to spin fast, and with a big thud, the door is shut. So you're in a massive courtyard area. You see probably a good 80 to 100 refugees in this town. Some of them are laying in the middle of the vestibule here, laying on the ground, bleeding to death. Some are obviously already dead. Some have come actually unscathed, just a few minor bumps and bruises. And some of them come running over to you to check you out and make sure your guys are okay. You do see some of the wounded being tended to by some figures of some of the local gods. And you see in the back over here in this general area is kind of a taller tower. It sticks up above the walls and stuff. And yeah, so that's what happens.
Okay, well, I'll immediately start helping tend to the wounded. That's just the sort of thing I do.
All right. Why don't you give me a medicine check there to see if you can help someone out there, and
I'll still keep an ear open to what everybody else is doing, but
right. So as you're doing this, Brahm, what are you going to do?
I will
look for somebody in charge.
I'm probably not the best person to go help somebody in charge. I will stay near the gate door to try and aid it with my athletics if they need it open and closed fast again for some other survivors.
All right. So you're just going to kind of hang out at the front entrance, kind of helping secure the area, make sure, if the door needs open, help, be able to run out and help somebody in or whatever. Okay. Mm-hmm. Art is going to try and play a tune to kind of, everybody's, there's some crying going on. There's panicking, people questioning what's going on out there. Just millions of rumors going out. the town's been destroyed and just crazy people just talking, and one guy's over there screaming, "I told you this all was gonna happen. The world is coming to an end. Blah blah blah. Shut up!" Just crazy stuff. So Art's gonna play a tune. Give me a performance check there, and see if you can calm the people and give them some morning music. All right.
Oh, nice.
Very well. So as he starts to perform, he performs nice and loud to kind of drown out some of the crying and the wallowing and the just the despair that's going on. Shake, what are you going to do?
Go on the wall and keep watch.
All right. So you go on the wall and you're keeping watch, and you got your bow and you're ready to pick off any stragglers. Occasionally, you down in the areas, kind of at the outline here where I'm drawing here. You occasionally see someone and take a pot shot at them with a couple of the other archers. They literally have like quivers just sitting up at the top. As you get up there, the guys are yelling and screaming, "Watch out for the dragon! Watch out for the dragon! He's coming back! He's coming back!" And you hear just this fluttering of wings in the distance. And speaking of which, we have story time. Dun dun dun. So every few minutes you catch a glimpse of the flying beast, its shadowy form gliding across the sky as the moonlight sparkles off its backs. It makes a sudden turn and glides back into the darkness, only to reappear moments later above the keep. As it glides over the high walls, it turns its head and with a mighty roar shoots a bolt of lightning out of its mouth. The faint sound of screams can be heard from within the stone structure. Then all is quiet as the dragon arches its back and glides high up into the night sky. So as you're up there, Shake, literally like on the other side of the keep, like 3 or 4 archers just get completely obliterated by this lightning.
Hmm.
Fortunately,
Keep
you
out
didn't
of
go
its
up in
way.
that location. Yes.
Yeah.
So, anybody else doing anything?
I'd like to prepare in case he comes back.
Okay.
I'll hide somewhere where he could not touch me with his breath weapon, but I'd like to wait there, and in case just hide from his breath weapon, but come out soon enough that I can try to shoot at him.
All right. Well, you see nothing up there to hide whatsoever. It's basically just an open ledge up at the top of the wall. There's no kind of hidden locations or any kind of reinforcements or barricades or anything like that up there. It's just completely open. So
Then I'll just get off the wall. I don't want to stay without cover.
yeah, absolutely. Even the archers after that attack, they yell out, "Hey, it's time to get off the wall! Time to get off the wall!"
What would my character know of dragons?
Well,
Not much.
That's my guess.
we we know they exist. There's one up there.
if you want to give me a
History.
probably, I would say a history check.
Oh boy. Alright, well here goes nothing. And that's nothing.
You've only heard, again, just rumors and just basic stories about dragons destroying villages. You did hear that there's different colors of dragons that do different things. Some shoot fire, some shoot lightning, some breathe out cold. But that's just the basic overview that you guys that you know about dragons. Nothing of importance.
Alright.
They're not super prominent in the world, thank God.
Yep. So artists keep playing music to keep the spirits up. Despair is the greatest enemy. I sing, we be singing, we be winning. We be singing, I get knocked down, but I get back up. You're never going to keep me down. Excellent,
I
Art.
get knocked down.
Excellent. So after about 15, 20 minutes, you guys helping out around the front, helping up at the top of the thing, playing your flute. After about, like I said, about 15, 20 minutes, a dwarf comes up to you. He's wearing chainmail armor, and it's kind of you can tell like a fancy design to it. Probably has some kind of importance for this city. And he has a big belt on that has keys a jingle. He has red hair that's real long and tied in big knots. And he comes running over to you guys, kind of huffing and puffing a little bit. Hey, fellas! You must be new to town. I heard great things from you, about you. Kurt Swift came and hunted me down and told me that you guys rescued him, and that you guys killed a couple groups of the enemies that are attacking our town. I'm Castellan Escobar the Red. That's what they call me. I'm kind of the keeper of the town. I want to welcome you to Greenish. The governor, he would like to speak with you. He's up in the Provence, up top in the tower. If you'd like to follow me, gentlemen, that would be great.
Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming I've done most of what I can with the...
Yep,
injured.
sure.
Okay.
Yep, kind of helping
Yep.
them out and just using, giving them a few items that they could possibly use out of your backpack, and just trying to help, tend some of the wounds and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I will follow.
All right. So I'll just assume you guys all kind of gather up, and the dwarf kind of leads you up into the tower, kind of spirals up until you get to the top of the Provence. And standing in kind of where the governor's mansion would be at the top of the tower, you see an older male, about 60 years old. As a matter of fact, hey, you know what? I have tokens. I could actually show you what these characters look like, because that's how I roll. I'm cool. I'm cool like that.
Cool. Actually, Art, I can.
There is
that
the
wound of yours.
dwarf. And where is Mr. Governor? Here is the governor. You guys see these huge tokens?
While I'm at it,
Yep.
no, they're not big enough. I'm going to cast Cure Light Wounds on, or Cure Wounds. Sorry, it's not Light Wounds. Cure Wounds on Art, since he's fairly badly injured, actually.
Hey, speaking of which, Art, you have a temporary hit point listed in your, as part of your stat bar there. Is there a reason why you have one temporary hit point? We were just wondering that on break, and just thought we'd clarify if there's something that you got going on that's causing that. Alright. I don't think you should. I think it was probably just an accident, so... we'll just go ahead. Yeah, just remove that. There you go. Excellent. All right.
Okay,
So
it's
Adrian
fully
has healed you fully back. So as I was saying here, the this one right there. Thank you. Okay. So you see, kind of as you walk in, you see a human male about 60 years old. Obviously, he's in charge. He's kind of looking out over the people below him and watching out throughout the town. He's got some different ledges that he can walk out on, and kind of he can see different areas of the town. You see that he's got the whole Right side of his face and head are bandaged. His right arm is hanging in a sling, and his light blue tunic is stained with his own blood. As Castellan Escobar kind of brings you up to him and kind of introduces you to the governor, he turns around at you guys and, oh, I hear you guys did wonderful help rescuing some of my citizens. Thank you so much. I wanted to personally thank you.
Our pleasure.
Yep, Art says our pleasure as well. Okay. Do you know why these creatures are attacking our town? Do you have any idea? You've obviously fought your way through all these enemies, or some of them anyways, to reach our keep. Did you see any signs out there that would lead you to understand why these creatures would be attacking just greenish? We have nothing of value here. We're very poor village.
You don't know about the cultists hanging around with the kobolds?
The cultists. There's a cult of them out there? Oh my gosh, this is much worse than I assumed. I thought it was just local brigands trying to take whatever loot they could get their fingers on. But now you're telling me there's a cult of these followers out there. And the dwarf kind of chimes in. Well, let's go out and kill them, shall we? And the governor kind of puts his hand on the dwarf like, there's many out there. We would certainly die if we were to just haphazardly do any kind of attack. We must think about what to do. And the dwarf says at that point, don't forget, we do have the secret entrance out of the castle. We could exit out the back of the castle that way. True. And so the governor kind of looks you guys over and says, I would be so much grateful to you if you could hunt down one of their leaders, find them and bring them here so I can question them. And the dwarf kind of, yeah, let's question them.
Well, yeah, we could probably do that.
Well, that would be great. Yes, it does sound risky. Yes, it does. It is probably. It is. I would not normally ask something of people I do not know very well, but you from the stories I hear and just by looking at you, you look like you are able to take care of yourselves in a battle. You have skills. You have powers that most of my citizens don't possess.
True. And yeah, it would be nice to know why they're doing this and how long they're planning on being here.
Yes, so if you could capture one of them. Supplies. We don't have any silver arrows. No, we don't. We're not that advanced a race here. We're just a little village, mostly merchants and farmers, and just getting our little village started here. We don't have much in supplies, but let me see what I could find. And he kind of talks to Calistan to see what supplies, whatever they need. Go to the basement and see what you can find down there. When you're showing them the exit out, see if they can, gather some supplies up. And Castellan says, yes, my master. Brom, do you wish to say anything?
We must determine their motivation. Either destruction or riches.
At that point, the governor kind of leads you out on one of the balconies, and kind of points out that what has been going on here is that... Hang on, I was looking for something here to see if I had a token. Doesn't look like it. He says that I've been watching them ever since the attack, shortly after the attack, and they are forming into loose bands of brigands and kind of scouting around. But now they're kind of almost swarming together. So if we need to do something, we need to do it now before they form into a fighting force. They don't seem to be wanting to attack the keep. I think if they put their full brunt against the keep, they would be able to overwhelm us. But for some reason, they don't seem interested in attacking the keep. So they possibly need something or are looking for something throughout the village. And I'd really like to find out exactly what they're after.
That makes sense. Does anybody
Agreed.
else?
But
Could I have something shiny?
Something shiny. Yeah. Gentlemen. Yeah, we got a nice mirror for you. He says.
What kind of shiny?
Gentlemen, seriously, I am asking you not to lay your life down for us. You don't know us. You owe us nothing other than the kindness out of your hearts. But gentlemen, I would be more than happy to pay you for your services. I don't wish any death, destruction from yourselves. I want you to be safe, come back safely. I don't want you to risk life and limb for us. If this can't be done, if you find it impossible, if it's too hard a struggle, come back, but come back alive. I don't want any more bloodshed on this city.
Okay, I do have a small mirror in my pack, but if you want something bigger, then I'm sure there's something in the castle here. Okay, I'll hand my small mirror to Art.
All right. Art's got a plan here, folks. Watch out.
Mm-hmm.
well, he's no longer typing, so maybe the plans comes later.
Yeah, I'm assuming yes. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
fair enough.
I was thinking we
All
had
right,
a plan.
yeah.
All right.
I was waiting for the plan as well.
Exactly, me too. I'm like, okay, what's the plan? All right, well, let's follow the castle and down to the supply area and wherever this
All right. Yep. So
back door is.
So Castellan kind of takes you down through the tower, kind of spirals down to the main level. Takes you through a back room in the lower level, down some old stairs, kind of winds down a little bit, and there's a couple rooms on the left, a couple rooms on the right. Goes down this hallway, and gets to an old door. You can see it's got some cobwebs on it. It's probably not been used in a long, long time. He fumbles through all of his keys, sticks a key in. Nope, that's not it. Come on now, which one is the damn key? Yep, tries that one. Nope, that's not. Oh, here it is. And so he kind of opens it. Opens into a little chamber, probably about 40, 50 feet wide on each side. Mostly got some old crates, some barrels in there. Obviously, it's like an old supply room. Gentlemen, if you wouldn't mind helping me move some of these crates out of the way. There's a door behind here that we haven't used in quite some time. Haven't had the need, obviously, and it has a secret passage out of the castle. It'll take you down to the river. We installed that when the keep was built many years ago, in case the keep ever come under attack. Where the governor or whoever owned the keep at the time would have a way to manage to get out of the keep if it was under attack. So Hasn't been used in a long time, but it's just a tunnel that heads back through the hill and out towards the river there. It'll probably get you out into the night, and once you're out there, if you could find one of their leaders and bring them to us, we would question them, of course. So you start moving the crates out of the way, and another old door there. This one's not locked. He kind of tries to open it, and it's kind of stuck, and he's pulling on it. Finally comes open with a big thud, and you see a dark kind of passageway leading off into the darkness out in front of you.
Okay.
But just mind you, we haven't used this for quite some time now. So, and as you're kind of doing all this, and you're moving the crates out of the way and some of the barrels and stuff, he says, if you see any supplies you need, just feel free to take it. Most of it'll be old and junky, but it'll be better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sean lost connection. Whoa.
Oh.
What happened, Sean?
I don't know.
He's having trouble
Let me
tonight,
check.
isn't he? Oh, that's you, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's weird.
Would there be a breastplate around?
Breastplate, you say? Why don't you give me an investigation check to see if you can find any old breastplates? Oh, actually, you do find an old breastplate in one of the...
Sweet.
There's some armor and, just pieces of armor and gloves and boots and some of the armory stuff from some of the guards that they had laying around, and there actually was a breastplate there.
Very good.
Nice. All right. Well, once I will light a torch and poke it into the tunnel to see if.
Alright, so you light a torch and kind of poke it down the tunnel. It's just basically about a 5-foot wide corridor that just leads straight in out in front of you. As far as the torchlight can see, you just see darkness in front of you. So,
Okay.
it's not windy or anything like that. It's just it looks like a straight tunnel.
All right. Well, does anybody else need to find anything? Oh.
Nope, let's go.
All right.
All right.
Let's go. We will follow the tunnel.
Alright.
When we seem to be getting near the end of the tunnel, I will put the torch out. So
Okay.
if we see light ahead, we'll put the torch out so we don't give away our position.
Alright.
It's an old smuggler's trick. Not that I was ever a smuggler.
I'm just reading the text over here just to refamiliarize myself with the exact details here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you go to about 100 feet down this tunnel, and up in front of you, it's as you're headed down the tunnel, it's kind of getting mossy, kind of dirty. There's some water that's dripping from the land into the water or into the tunnel, and which is kind of slowly headed downstream, or the direction you guys are headed. And you get down about 80 feet to 100 feet, and you see up in front of you a gate, a metal gate at the end of this. So you put your torch out. You can see the moonlight kind of silhouetting it as you get to the edge of it, and you can basically hear the little flow of the river just to the just outside the entranceway there.
Okay.
So you get up to the iron gate and it's got a lock on it, and the lock seems to have been corroded and kind of rusted through the years of neglect that have been left here. You might still be able to open it if someone has some kind of a thieves' tools and skills that they could use to. Does anybody wish to do this?
Yeah, sure. You have the key.
But I don't know what key you're talking about. Sorry.
Yeah, Hoard says he has the key.
No, dwarf did not come with you.
Here you go.
All right. So you're actually spending a few minutes here with your thief tools, and you're kind of taking your little picks and stuff, pulling some of the rust off the lock, kind of twisting it a little bit, turning it a little bit, using another one of your probes to kind of probe into the lock and see if you can get some of the mechanical parts to work. And he's working through that for a few minutes here.
Mm-hmm.
As you're doing that, what I want is everyone except for Shake to give me a perception check, because Shake, you're kind of busy doing what you're doing at this point. Oh, somebody got a crit. Look at that.
I got a crit the other way.
2 different crit. Oh my god.
Whoa.
Oh.
So Adran and Art are busy,
The barbarian leading the blind.
They are tying their shoes. They're, oh man, wait a minute. They're checking. Oh, my pants aren't buckled up all the way. Oh shit, your zipper's down. Whatever he's doing. Cleaning. There you go. Cleaning his flute. Totally distracted
by the cricket.
But Brahm said, you hear, just outside the gate, you hear some voices talking. Sounded like common and stuff at first. And it kind of sounded again, kind of off in the distance, like those fellas that you had heard before, kind of commanding the kobolds. Yeah, go there. Go check those bushes over there. Make sure no one's in there. Stuff like that. And you hear the voices right outside the doorway.
Okay, so they're more like common commands looking for stragglers, not hunting for a secret entrance.
Correct. They are. Doesn't seem like they're like, hey, here's a secret entrance. Let's go in here. It's just kind of, you hear them kind of moving out through the. If you guys look back at your greenish map, you guys are basically. The exit is right here at the bottom where this number 2 is. I'm kind of drawing a circle there. There's where your entrance is right there.
Okay.
All right. And you guys kind of hear some stomping going through the water. You hear some rustling in these bushes over here. And you can definitely, you kind of see the moonlight silhouetting. There seems to be about 4 or 5 of them out there. And just as you see that, Shake is able to finish up getting the lock. And kind of twists it and turns it and pulls it open.
I whispered to them that I'm hearing these noises of what we encountered earlier, the cultists and kobolds. So if we sneak, we might surprise them.
And we have... Guess what we have? It's
So
story
Art,
time. No.
Art, play your quiet music.
Yes.
Stealth music.
Stealth music. Doom, dun, 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 dun. Yes, I clicked on the wrong. That's not the right one. Hang on a second, folks. Sorry about that. I had to grab the correct mission here. You're gonna love this. You guys are gonna love this.
know, when the DM says that, you're not gonna.
Oh, you guys are gonna love this. Alright. Now why aren't they showing up? Alright, folks, I want to set this up for the next episode, so be sure to come back and find out exactly what the characters have come across this time as they're trying to use the secret exit from the castle here in Greenish here. So thanks a lot for watching this episode. We'll come right back with the next episode here to come shortly. Thanks for watching.